That's today's subject. Discrimination. Racism 101. And it's at your corporate level, their welfare state, another welfare state. Now, I've discussed, because it's becoming relevant, my discussion, I'm seeing it now, Tim Pool, Redacted, there's been quite a few, and there's a couple off channels, guys I never watched before. We're seeing our industries everywhere affected, places that we're familiar with doing business, okay? Because these people, they're from all over the country that are on the internet that are saying the same thing. These are the folks. You see, they don't do a job interview face to face about your qualifications because they get welfare from the government. Now, how much money? I've been told they get $200 a head to $1,500. Now, what the exact real figure is, well, I'm going to try to get in contact with my senators and my congressmen, because I doubt the last time, my last attempts at contacting them, okay, they basically put me on the phone with some meathead, as I call them. They're aides. Their aides are basically children or somebody ex-military who's basically their stooge. It's kind of a hand pet, a stroke situation. It's not necessarily competent people either. In your congressman, your state representative's office, your senators, those are basically stroke me people. Probably relatives, somebody that knows them, related to them, okay? But one thing that is a fact, I can't even upload a resume. Most of the time it blocks me. They want me to fill out a resume that they fill out. You see what it says? Ethnicity and my gender. Everything's about my ethnicity. A couple of them, when it asks about your school, your education, I think I might even have it. No, I don't. I had this carburetor from Amazon. I got stuff that's got to go back to Amazon. It's bad. Why? How is it bad? Well, China. Okay? Ethnicity. Your race, your gender identity. That's your today's fucking credentials to get a job. No wonder every store you walk into, it's a leper colony. I asked for orange drink the other day down at the giant grocery store. Orange juice is over there. I have another video. I got very upset, emotional. My friend's funeral is today. The only good thing is I know some people that I wanted to be there at his funeral and say something in my place. They're going to be there for me, even though they're not family. And she's not a widow. She was his girlfriend of 11 years. Okay, I don't want to get off topic, but his funeral was today, and I cracked yesterday. So YouTube would probably flag me for a video like that. I don't think they're going to flag me for facts that I'm being discriminated against, because what it leads to is what's going on around here. I'm seeing more and more of this, places I do business with. We are permanently closed. Could it be the corporate welfare system? People don't have time sometimes necessarily when you run a larger scale business to do the hiring themselves. So it would be nice to have a collective to go in and see applications and qualifications. But getting back to that schooling, the website asked me my educational background. And I put in master's degree, aviation engineering, master's degree, metallurgy, because of welding. Then it says, type in your school. Well, it doesn't type. You can't put the schools in that you went to. Whole list of these, I call them, they're those liberal breeding institutions. That's what came up. And it wasn't just once. It's several. I can't put in that I went to Lehigh and Penn State. I got to put in there that I went to some liberal mating college. That's why I call these employees at these retail stores, I call them fucktards. All they know how to do is fuck, screw, and work a cell phone. I went the same day I went for the orange drink, okay? I went for shear pins for this snowblower. Okay, now I ended up using a 5/16 grade 3 bolt or a grade 2 bolt. I'm not sure what grade it is. Uh, I called Tractor Supply 8:30 in the morning, and I said, "Hey, do you have 5/16 shear pins for the MTD?" Because Tractor Supply has a lot more than they did today or yesterday. I mean, they really do. But one minute it's there, the next minute it's not. So I'm not wasting my fuel and my time going over there. But you know how you're talking to a butt fucking stupid moron on the phone is when they tell you you have to come look. Well, I'm not wasting fuel at what it costs right now because you're too stupid to know what a shear pin is. I mean, how does it happen? Well, I'm just explaining right there how it happens. They're not picking somebody like me, an experienced guy, and paying me a decent wage. They're getting corporate welfare to hire these idiots. And what they're doing is they're putting themselves out of business because what happened with that, with the shear pins, is the same thing that just happened. I took this box over. I keep spark plugs up in my cabinet here, and I took the spark plug box to Advance because I know there's like one guy there, that Joe right now. Brandy quit. There's only one guy there that knows that can find his ass with both hands. I get the guy with the painted fingernails again. I hand him the box. I said, I need a box of these. He doesn't check the computer, the CRT or anything for inventory. He goes behind the counter. I don't know if he itched his butt or did something naughty or whatever. He comes back with the box. We ain't got any. You know, that's about the fifth time I went there with that clown, you know, and he did the same thing. We ain't got any. You know, it's not even, we don't have any, sir, in stock. He didn't even check because I asked him to check, and he started with the next customer. He shoved me right out of the store. Doink. I went Chinese profit again. Okay? And I'm going to avoid, I'm actually going to have to start going to other more responsive stores. It's not every Advanced Auto Parts. This one here, these two, there's two of them here now in Hazleton. And they sort of hire those mentally deranged, not quite all there. It's either a minority or somebody with some sort of mental, um, I don't know, a mental fatigue. I don't want to throw insults, okay? You got to watch what you say on the internet. And I really don't have a derogatory. Okay, I'm a disabled veteran. Okay, I took fucking shit all over my body, and I'm still amazed that I'm still walking and standing, and I'm still amazed at my age I want a job, but I don't. I want a low pressure, you know, job, maybe in a shop or something like that. Is really what I'm looking for. But up here, everybody's hiring their relatives, or they're hiring relatively young people, because most companies, when I went on, there's places where people, if you were a government contractor, you could pick up more work. Sometimes work locally for somebody, for a vendor. Uh, I got in contact with three people that are hiring local. They're vendors for the government, and basically, they need people in Maryland. They need people in Washington, D.C. They need people in Virginia. Now, why is that? There's a lot of minorities that they can't trust. So I can't work locally. I got to move, and I'm not going to move for a Mickey Mouse job. So you know what? Those guys are SOL. And I pretty much explained it to the one guy, and he said to me, he says, you know, he says, it's not the first time I heard somebody say that to me. And I said, yeah, you got a Mickey Mouse freaking, you know, retail store wage job, and you want me to pick up and move to Maryland because you can't hire somebody locally there that you can trust. Well, you know what? Maybe you ought to move your operation maybe up here, and then you can get some people. But as I said, the possibility is he's getting grants from that state and the federal government to keep that business there. That's why he's doing what he's doing, hoping he's going to get lucky. You know what? That's like shaking the dice in the cup and rolling the dice, seeing what you get, because that's basically what he's doing. So you're not hiring somebody that's productive. You want to hire by selective background, by ethnicity, by race and gender. You got rocks in your head, first of all, especially if you want a productive, thriving business. And as you can see, it's not just the economy shrinking businesses, it's the dynamics of all of it. Just like, you know, that store that closed there, most of it, people are losing their freaking jobs up here right now. They have to keep lowering their prices, so that cuts into their profits. Well, I can see why it's happening. So enjoy my video, and it's food for thought. Basically, it's a food for thought video. Okay, this is not aimed at anybody except ZipRecruiter. I think you're a bunch of idiots. Okay, you can't get a guy a part-time job. I can't upload my resume. It keeps blocking my resume. It's not the right format. It's not the right this. It's not the right that. You know what? That's what happened. I filled out their resume, and they're feeding whoever is on the receiving end of that what they want to hear necessarily. So I did get a call from one company, and I don't think it was through ZipRecruiter, it was through another one. And that was basically what the website did. The website constructed my background, and this woman calls me up, and I said, "Lady, I don't do that. Where did you get that information?" "Well, I got it off the web, the web advisor." I don't know if I don't know if it's Job Advisor or something like that. But yeah, she says, "I got it off the web advisor." She said, "Right, it says right here you do that." I said, "No." So basically, I'm miffed as to really what happened is the internet is now controlling who gets hired, where they get hired, and why they get hired. And basically, it's either your skin color or it's basically your mental disorder. That's all I'm going to put it. Okay? Like I said, I'm not out to throw stones. I'm out to say that there's productive people that need a job, and the reason why you walk into any retail store today, there's a bunch of jerks there. Just like when I went to return that router from T-Mobile, when they're throwing bottles like little children. "Oh, you got to go get a label." Well, I was told to bring it back here. All right. So enough of that. I hope I sufficiently covered it because it is surfacing now, and just so other people don't think other people are crazy. If you have a job and think about moving around in the job market today, I would think again before you leave your job. Maybe your boss is an asshole. Well, most bosses are an asshole. I will agree with that. I've been one. I've been on either side of the boss asshole. Me being the asshole and the asshole being the asshole. Okay, so if assholes to assholes, if you have a job right now, be glad that you do have a job, and try to maybe keep a low profile. Don't agitate the idiot that's agitating you. I do know companies hire new people, and a lot of times those guys are the troublemakers. They're out to get you so they can get their buddy a job and get you out the door. I've had that happen. I've had a lot of jobs myself. Like I said, having my life broken up between two wars and two divorces, it wasn't a fun ride for me through life. And this is even more disparaging, and it's disgusting. People have bills to pay, okay? So if you want to make your business a big chicken shit pet and farm, you use ZipRecruiter. Thanks.